Wait, before you fixed, wait, you did what with music?
Reason Radio UK.
Okay, you're listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear it? I don't know if you
Yes,
hear it.
I heard it.
Okay. I forgot to to mute the sound.
I know. I don't understand why he's having a hard time. He still can't.
How are you doing, Joe?
I don't either. I don't understand why a member can't join. I don't understand it. I'm going to
Joe, so
copy the
Joe,
link again.
maybe you can copy the link that you shared to me privately,
did.
and then you can paste it in a WhatsApp group, because I saw there's a mistake, incorrect. What is it?
Okay, I just did it again. I new one, copied and pasted from.
Yeah.
I hope it works.
I couldn't get in, and it was constantly asking
not?
passcode. Yeah, it was
Well, I
asking
sent
for
you a passcode.
Yeah, that's why I
Well,
got in.
Maybe you need to buy a new computer.
I'm on my phone, not on my computer.
Buy a new phone.
Sure.
Anyway, how have you been? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been ages. I've been all right. And what about you? What have you been doing these days?
Not much. We had a terrible typhoon that hit our island for the first time. It was scary.
Was it scary?
Wind was unlike anything I have ever lived through in my life. It devastated.
Can you tell us more about it? Like, how did it happen? And yeah, what did you guys do?
I don't know how it happens, but I do know that it was going in a straight line north of our small city, and it destroyed the northern part of the island. Probably 20 kilometers away from here, it destroyed everything up north, starting with 20 kilometers.
Wow.
And here too.
Mm-hmm. So it was more like a tycoon.
Well, they call it typhoon here.
Typhoon.
In America,
yeah.
we call it hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yeah, hurricane.
Hurricane.
And you know what happened in Colorado?
What happened? Fire?
Yeah, fire. Exactly, fire. Yeah, fire also destroyed houses and also happened in the United States.
Natural disaster is terrible. No matter how much money you might have, you're helpless.
Yeah, many people.
I've seen on the motorcycle when I went north about 4 or 5 days after the typhoon, some areas some native homes wiped out. Others survived. It's not 1 hour north by bus took the young lady that helps us in the house 6 hours to get home. She got off the bus, have to walk down in the canal where the river is, cross the river by small little boat, banca boat, and then climb back up and get on another bus that's on the other side waiting. 6 hours to get home.
It was a real struggle for her.
Oh, I felt terrible, of course. And you can't do anything about it because she was worried about her mother and father.
And did it rain a lot?
Oh, gosh. In the house, you're going to be surprised. They don't build anything the correct way here, but we had more water in the house than outside. And I was just worried about the house. I never thought about the other apartment buildings and what have you. You know what I mean? What a mess. It's sad.
Yeah, it is really sad. Yeah, but thank God you're okay. And also your family.
But there's many people up north at various places along the way. Schools destroyed. Kids have to go to school. There's not enough money in the Philippines to help out. I can remember when I first got to the Philippines and became aware of the natural disasters on other islands, typhoon. And please, it's just how I am. I wrote a letter to the president, and it was the president in office now because he seemed like a person that would, do something. It was my suggestion about 6 years ago, because it's a 6-year term, that everybody in the city or in the small towns, or we call them barangays, areas, barangays. There's captains for each barangay, should encourage their people after a natural disaster, if you're capable, you don't have any injuries, you don't have any family problems, to join one of the many groups. For example, one group could be the group that cleans the roads so ambulances can pass and trucks for food. Maybe there's another group, and I'm not an expert on this, that would do the cooking, because the barangay basketball court could be the place where they meet and set up the chairs and the tables and have food for the people. Another group could be the ones that maybe are looking for injured people. They have a system in place, but it's chaos. Nobody does nothing. Now, does the military get involved? Of course. But a week later, 2 weeks later, you can't put them in harm's way. Is there an ambulance? Sure, there's a driver and one guy in the back. What can they do if you can't pass by the roads? But I never heard anything. No one listens to me anyway. But I suggested it. Everybody has a job to do if you can make it. If you can't, that's understandable. But there's hundreds of people in these thousands in these barangays. Somebody can make it. It's better than staying home and doing nothing. If you have to stay home, stay home. I get it. But, some people are okay.
And some people need help. They're in a really tough situation.
There's so many deaths that look, we hear a lot of things. We don't know what's true or not true, but a lot of the northern barangays, they had no idea it was even coming. They don't have television up there or radio up there. They don't even listen to it. So there needs to be something in place. But why am I telling the government this? Why isn't the person at the barangay captain, thinking about these things. They're not. They're not. And
Is it
how much-
is it Parangas an island, Suju?
No, barangay are
Isolated
different
area?
sections of the city, different sections of the town.
Okay.
And every section, and it could be a few kilometers long, has
Oh.
a captain. So if you have a problem, go to the barangay captain. And they have a
Mhm.
council, and, they try to help if they can.
So it's like a
running
community.
to the mayor.
Yeah, it's like a community of people.
It's the same philosophy as the Romans that that took over, and they had governors in charge
Okay.
of different areas. Well, here we have a mayor, but the mayor needs help. There's so many people in so many areas, so they have barangay captains that are elected.
Like local captains.
Like what?
Like local captains.
Yeah, they're
Or
basically
maybe,
in charge of their little area. And they get a little money, not much. If there's a lot of businesses, they get more money. If there's nothing there but homes, they get a little bit of money. There's council members. There's one make-believe for sports. There's one for, I don't know. I don't know. I should. There's about 7 or 8 council members part of this group.
Well, Suju, do they have something like a team for a rescue team? Here in Indonesia, in every regency, we have a rescue team formed by government, and whenever the natural disaster happened, they could help people.
You're right. There is maybe a car that or semi truck that will have 2 or 3 people in there that might be able to save you. But the island is it's not huge, but there's so many homes. Which way you going to go? And whichever way you go, not enough people. The mayor, which I give them a lot of credit, said we're having a cleanup of Puerto Princesa City. And the different organizations, corporations, fast food places, anybody that wanted to could go. And they took everything that was on the road or on the side of the road and threw it in the trucks. Well, that's the cooperation we need. Maybe the first week can go by, not 2 or 3 weeks later. I mean, it's better 3 weeks later that they did it, but why can't we do it right away? If the trucks are available, send one to every barangay, have them make their rounds. They stay in barangay until all the debris is brought to the dump. But
yeah, but nobody cares.
I don't have the answer why. I don't. But I do know making everybody help, if you can, would sure help the situation get resolved quicker. And if nothing else, the ambulances can move around easily. But it doesn't work that way. It's like, we need money. Of course, you know why they need money, because many politicians will give some of the money to what it's for, and the rest, it disappears. You're not talking about the most honest country in the world.
And Joy, how many people lives? Yeah, how many people lives in a community, like in a barangay?
Okay, we do know that, and I don't know that, but I would say there's a few thousand in our barangay. But whatever the number is, we might want to double it, because the Filipino family, that they put everybody in the house. They could come from different parts of the Philippines or whatever. That's just how it is. A few thousand. As you go further north and the towns are very small, maybe a few hundred, maybe 1,000. I mean, it's not an easy thing to calculate.
Yeah.
But they do have the names.
Prague is very crowded.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like it's very crowded. Like a few thousand people. It's crowded.
Oh, yes, and they do have the names of the head of the household. They've documented that, and but what good is that if there's no house? I mean, more can be done, and I'm a guest here, so I can't talk. I have to just write my letter, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, more can be done.
In the end, it's the people who are the government. So let's work together. Government can't do everything, right? I mean, if you expect the mayor to do everything, he can't. So the people need to get together. But we need a leader. The barangay captain can spread the word. Let's have a meeting. Next disaster, we're going to have people signed up.
Yep.
Yeah, he has to aware the people. He has to make them aware what's really happening or what will happen.
And excuse me, I want to know that how is the people there in your country when there's a natural disaster happen? How the people help each other, or how the government overcome the situation?
We don't overcome it.
An experience?
The government has to deal with it afterwards. People were invited to go to the various shelters, basketball venue, which is open, so air and wind.
Yeah.
The elementary school, high school, but the roof is taken off. I mean, you can't go on second floor because there's no roof. And the rain's coming in like a river. Wind. So they walked with their few belongings, thinking their native house is going to be destroyed. And fortunately, again, here in my barangay, there was damage, a lot of damage, but the native homes were intact. At the same time, like I said, 20 kilometers north, devastation to the unbelievable. It's crazy. Hang on.
Linda, you were asking me a question, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah. So I come from Afghanistan, and the same thing. Like people get together and they help.
People also doing charity, maybe to collect money from different places.
I haven't seen anyone doing charities here. But yes, there are some international organizations like the Food Organization and also UNICEF and UNHCR. They help each other, yes. But people live hand to mouth these days. People are out of work. They don't have work to do, and they are hard, and they are running short on cash.
I want to share as well the natural disaster that happened in my place in Indonesia as well. In November, we had volcanoes that erupted, and it destroyed one of the one of around the mountains. It's really because a lot of houses were gone, and also the animals, the people loses their house, and people could not at the first week. People are prohibited to enter to the location because the situation is not safe to looking for to observe to have the victim, the people in the area. But when there's a natural disaster happen in our place, in our area, other people who are safe in another province or another regency, they they collected money. They collected money and they help each other cooking food, and they send it to the area. And yeah, it goes like that every in every time when there's a disaster, natural disaster or anything. We help each other. We collected money. We collected our clothes, our blankets, and then send it to the area. And there's a leader from our community, from the we help each other with the government, with the corporation, and yeah, it's I think it's still a good, what is it, a good
We
idea.
say, we say a good gesture
Yes,
to help
yes,
people.
that
Gesture.
yes. So whenever we have, for example, my area had a flood or had a disaster, so another place could help us. Yeah, Richard, perhaps you can add my explanation because
Oh,
I
it was,
experienced to
you
bring
said
the
it correctly.
donation to the, yeah.
Let me say this. Yes, there are people, corporations that are helping. Of course, many weeks after it happened, people have nothing here to begin with, and now this disaster happened. They need something immediately.
Yes,
That's
right.
another thing. That's
Yeah.
another thing. Maybe the barangay captains can help with. Uh, Look, they love basketball here. Have tournament after tournament after tournament. The teams, they love to play basketball and pay money, $40 to enter. Give first place team, make believe, $80 just for the winner. And the rest of the money, save it for when there is a disaster. We might be able to buy some of the things that people need to survive. But they don't think about it. So while some people help, it's many weeks later. It's too late. I mean, better late than never, but it's too late. You know, there's no thought
Yeah, I would say
process there.
people should. Yeah, I would say people should save money for a rainy day. There might be
Another
a rainy
thing,
day for them.
and you know what? They can't because their family big. They have no money but to buy the food for the day and put it on the table, rice and fish. That's it. You know, they don't have, but they all have a beautiful phone. So maybe these people are spending money the wrong way. You know, that's another thing I
That's
wanted
the
to share
impact
earlier.
of social media or technology, Joe.
That's another thing.
Mhm.
When the disaster happened, a phone, no internet, there's still barangays in the north, no electricity, all the way up, no electricity, no television. They don't know what the hell's happening. So, what can we do? I'm not a technician, but something needs to be
Yeah,
done.
right.
Build towers that will withstand the typhoon, but that costs money. I mean, I saw metal towers collapse. So the metal they're using from China, no disrespect, is garbage. It can't withstand a typhoon. And maybe there's no metal that can withstand certain typhoons, but there has to be. We need communication. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Okay. Okay. We have 10 minutes. I just got the message. Nora, what are you doing? You're nice and quiet.
So I'm waiting for your talk with leader. So what is the topic today? Random topic.
It's supposed to
Joe,
be
do you go
interview,
outside
but
in the morning?
No. In my
it's
country,
supposed to,
Joe?
the topic is interviews, but we're talking about natural disasters, typhoon.
Richard, did you say something?
Yeah. Joe,
Good, Richard, yeah.
do you go outside in the morning?
Do I get upset?
No. Do you
No,
go outside
do you go out in the morning?
in the morning?
Throw the trash away. Is that going outside? Yeah, I guess so. Yes. Sometimes I go out. Sometimes I enjoy helping people practice their English.
Nice.
Sometimes I get to buy bread. I beg my wife to let me buy bread, but she keeps telling me we have too much, so I can't buy bread.
Do you
I
have
look for
yeah.
excuses. Go ahead.
Do you have a house in Philippines, Joe? Or you live in apartment or hotel?
No. Well, it's confusing. I live on third floor and fourth floor of an apartment building that I built.
Nice. Do you live alone? And there?
Do I live
Yeah,
alone?
do you,
No. I have my wife and adopted daughter and a helper. Um, and is our helper who's in the university, and she helps us.
nice.
Looking for a husband. Maybe you're interested?
And how often do you listen music, Joe?
Well, I'm embarrassed to tell you that I really don't unless I'm getting a massage for an hour and a half. I will put on a YouTube. I will look for music in YouTube. Yeah.
And what's your
And I
favorite
like this
song, Joe?
favorite song. I don't know, but I listen to the 1970s music. Best music ever.
Yeah, I got it.
Do you want to be a YouTuber?
What?
YouTuber.
You take your hand away from your mouth, or I'm going to come over there and give you a spanking.
Do you want to be a YouTuber?
Do I want to be a YouTuber? No, I have no desire to be. What's a YouTuber?
Someone who makes videos and post it in YouTube and earn money to do it.
No, I have no desire. No, I get it. I get it. You know, I was just offered a job teaching online to Kazakhstan adults. I don't know. You know, I go for the interviews just to talk, but I really don't feel like teaching. The pay is pretty good. Let me share it with you because, you know, I mean, to make you excited about learning. For 1 hour, it's $10, and for an hour and a half, it's $22.50 American currency. Now, $22 is pretty good money for an hour and a half. But you have to do the conversion because I don't know what country you're in.
Joe, can you speak Philippine? I think you live.
I,
I think you
no,
live
I only
in
know a,
Philippines. It's been a long
I
time.
only know a few words. Right. I only know a few words, but I cannot hold a conversation. No.
How about Russia? You teach Kazakhstan people. You told me.
They speak Kaz and they speak Russian and probably many other dialects, but I do not. I do not speak Kaz or Russian.
They also speak Persian, Joe. Some
What?
of them. Some of them, they
Well,
speak
yeah.
Persian.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay, I'm sure there's many groups of people near Mongolia, they speak Mongolian, near Russia, they speak Russian. I get it, but near China, they speak Chinese, Mandarin. But
Mandarin.
yeah,
Don't you interested to learn Tagalog language, Joe? Because you already lived there for around 10 months, I think.
wait, say this again, please. I didn't hear.
Don't you interested to learn Tagalog language? Because you
Oh,
already
Tagalog,
lived there for years, I think.
15 years. No,
Did you say 10
the
years?
older you get, the harder it is to learn. I have no desire to learn.
Yeah, but Joe, did you say 10 years?
15.
15 years. And did you find
15
it,
years.
did you find it hard?
To pronounce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the language.
pronunciation is hard, but it is, look, I have no desire. You know, when you're younger, you're enthusiastic, you want to learn, but I know a few words: guapo, handsome, pungit, ugly.
Amostaka.
Yeah, I've heard that before. What's that? How are you? I'm guessing.
Kamostaka, how are you? Yes, right. Anong
It
pangalan
must
mo?
be a widely spoken language.
What's that? I missed that.
What part?
Yeah, I was saying it must be a widely spoken language there in the Philippines.
Well, in the Philippines, yes, of course.
Yeah.
In the Philippines. But around the world, nobody's heard of it. Yeah. Nora, where are you from? I think I've seen you before.
Yes, yes. You have two meeting, right? So I took part in all the meeting. So we
Okay.
haven't talked before.
Where are you from? Vietnam?
Yeah, you're right.
I have a pretty good memory. That's a miracle.
Oh yeah, it's more like an elephant. A memory like an elephant.
But one of a kind. And what do you do in Vietnam?
So I'm a student at university. I'm learning languages.
What year are you in the university? We have 2 minutes left.
So I learned about Chinese, but the first language I want to improve this year is English. You know, English is an international language. So if I want to develop myself, I have to learn English.
Okay. What year are you in the university? First year? Second
First
year?
year. Yeah,
So you have
first year.
what? You have 3 more years afterwards.
Yeah.
Is it a
First
4-year
year.
university?
In the first year,
I know, but is it a 4-year university for English or 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. And then you'll become an English teacher, maybe?
No, I just use English to work to
work.
communicate. Yes.
Okay, I get it. And what kind of a job would you like to have? Less than a minute.
I want to have. I want to be. Do about media communication.
I get it. Okay, okay.
Joe,
Okay, listen,
what
after
part
this,
of
I'm going to take a
USA
break.
do you
Go
live
ahead.
in?
What?
What part of USA do you live in, Joe?